In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a really simple way you can create a lovely stargazer lily. Stargazers have this lovely white lining to the edges of the petals. So I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way that you can achieve that look. I've got the 366 leaf tip to make the petals, and I've lined up the side of the V on each side with white buttercream. I've put quite a thick lining in there because I want it to be prominent, and then the rest of the bag I filled with a light pink buttercream. And then when you squeeze your petal out, up the sides of the petal when it comes out, you'll have this lovely white lining and a big bit of pink in the middle. So to prepare the cake, I use a grapefruit knife to just cut out a little part of the cake in the center because I want it to have that depth. I crumb coat the middle in white, and then I crumb coat around the edges in green. For my green buttercream here, I haven't used a piping tip. I've just cut off about 1 centimetre off the end of the piping bag. So you want to push all that down to the bottom, make sure your bag's nice and tight. And I'm going to use this to put some mounds of buttercream around the edges. We want 6 in total. So I'm going to touch down on the cake, and as if you're sort of piping a shell border, I'm going to pipe and push it out and then pull it back to the middle. Put one directly opposite that, so push out and bring it down to the middle, and then we can put 2 evenly spaced ones here. Notice that I'm just going up to the edge of the cupcake case, I'm not going over it, and this is just to help our petals sit up and give that 3D lily look. So now, because I haven't put a piping tip on, I'm going to reuse this green, so I can just pop a piping tip on the end of it, and then you can put that into another piping bag that you can reuse for other ones as well. And then you've got your green in, you can use that with any tip now. Now to create the lily petals, you want to take up your 366, push all your buttercream down to the bottom and make sure your bag is nice and tight, and that you've got that point at the front so that you're at the right angle. And then before you start putting your petals on, just squeeze a little bit out onto some kitchen roll or something to make sure you've got that white lining going all the way around. You want both colours to be coming out when you start piping. Now take up your cake, and I don't put the buttercream down to the centre, I just start at the top here. So you can tilt the cake any way that's comfortable for you to do that. Then I squeeze the petal at the edge until it fills that gap before I pull it over my little mound, stop and come off. Now miss one out, so I'm going to start here and come over that one. And again, I'm going to squeeze until it fills that gap and come over the blob like that. And now I can do the next 3. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So just squeeze until you fill that gap up and bring that over. And the same again there. And I'm always turning the cake so that my piping hand's in the right place. So there are our stargazer petals on. And now I'm going to take a little bit of green buttercream. How you fill the gaps around the edges here is entirely up to you. You can put all leaves in. I'm going to put this one in a bouquet, so I've added a little bit of detail around some of the gaps here. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm just taking some green buttercream and I'm going to put a really small amount in every other gap. It's just a tiny amount that the white buttercream can stick to. And then I can get my leaf tip ready. And then to add the little gypsy filler, I've got my tiny star tip here. This one's a 225. You can use any small star tip and it will work lovely. And just touch down onto that buttercream and give a short squeeze and come off. So you cover that in little stars, or little flowers I should say. And you can cover a little bit of those little mounds if you can see them. And then in the rest of the gaps, I'm going to use the 352 leaf tip. So make sure your bag's nice and tight and you've got the angle right. And I'm just going to pop a leaf or two in each gap here. So you touch down on the cake and squeeze out your leaf and pull up. Touch, squeeze, lift, come off. Now for the centre, I'm not going to put too much detail in this one, but we'll put a centre stamen in. I've got a number 3 round piping tip, and I've added a little bit of olive green buttercream to some white buttercream to get this nice light colour. So have your bag nice and tight. I'm going to touch down on the bottom of the cake in the middle and squeeze out a really good strong fat base, and then just slowly come up with the piping tip and then stop and come off, and you've created this nice centre stamen, and the fat base means that it will stay standing up. So that's a really easy way you can create a lovely stargazer lily.